Hi everyone, guess what we're making today? This is a baked tuna melt. It's very reminiscent to something my Mimi used to make when I was young, and it's a real easy dish to make. So let's do it right now. Well, let's pull out some ingredients, shall we? We need a lot of tuna. That's 6 cans of the stuff. 2 cups of milk. About half an onion chopped up fine, some mayo, a little bit of cream, 2 cups-ish of mixed shredded cheese, a couple tablespoons of flour, salt and pepper to taste, a can of corn, and some penne noodles. Those are not penne noodles. I went to the cupboard and it was almost bare, so I pulled out the bow tie noodles. Always look for a substitute. So let's get to it. Here's our tuna, all 6 cans, chopped up, drained, and the cat got a feast. Over to our frying pan. That's a little bit of oil, and we're going to saute up our onions until they start getting a little brown, just like that. Now this is roughly a cup and a half of cream, followed by a cup and a half of sour cream. So I guess that's a cup and a half of cream, a cup and a half of sour cream. So that would be like, if you had to, 3 cups of one or the other maybe would work. I don't know. I think you need that little kick sour cream makes. So now we're going to mix, and eventually we're going to get nice and smooth and combined. Then we're going to reduce the heat a bit and simmer for a couple minutes. Okay, let's get it off the stove. We're going to pull out a bowl. And in goes our tuna. Just like that. Now this is our corn. It's frozen because I didn't have any cans of corn. It'll still work. It's about 2 cups, maybe a cup and a half. Whatever you want. I mean, you can put peas in it if you wanted to. Let's not forget the mayo. That's 3/4 of a cup of mayo. I had some green onions. Guess what got tossed into the mix for the hell of it? Now we're going to mix it all together. And there's the tuna part of our tuna melt. Alright. Now I've already pre-cooked this. I've got a pan. We're going to spray it just because. Don't want anything to really stick, not that it matters. And here's our, that's 1 pound of bow tie noodles. Now in goes our tuna mix. Doesn't look like much now, does it? That's what I thought when I was emptying it. There was a lot of tuna there. And this is going to do 8 servings-ish. Now our sour cream onion mix goes on top. It's got lots of cream in it. And we're going to mix this all up. Just till it's all covered. It doesn't have to be perfect, because we still got more to put on, so it'll all get mixed in. Looks good. Now into a small pot, we've got to make our sauce. It's about a half a stick of butter. And into that goes our flour, 2 tablespoons, and we're just going to whisk until it all combines. And it bubbles, and see how it's starting to turn brown? That's always cool. Now our milk, we've got 2 cups of milk. You don't want to put it in all at once. And you got to keep on stirring. So you can see at least at first it's pretty bubbly. And you want to put a little bit in at a time. It's going to get looser and looser and looser, but don't worry. It will thicken up, I promise. Now we're going to put our cheese in. I'm not entirely sure. This is a mixture of cheddar and pepper jack. It had a nice kick to it. And I think because we kind of mushed down the cheese, there was probably 2.5 cups. So we're going to use a good chunk of it, but not all of it because we'll need that at the end. And we're just taking our whisk and mixing it around until all the clumps are out. And it's fairly smooth. Let's get that out of the way. Over to our tuna. And we're going to pour it all on. Now, yeah, I know it's still runny, but it's okay because it's going to go in the oven and bake out. It'll be a little mushy, but like not runny, which is good. And I'm just trying to make this as even as possible, making sure everything's covered, so that looks pretty good to me. Now the rest of the cheese is going on the top. So I do that. And you know what? It needs more cheese. So I went into the fridge and got another bag of the mix that I have, and that looks good. Salt and pepper, to your taste, of course, if you want to. You don't have to. And that's looking pretty good. So next up, I had some basil from another dish I was making for my daughter. So I threw what I had left onto this. That looks really good. Now we got to put it in the oven 350 for 30 minutes. And let all the milk and cheese kind of come together. And when we're done, check this out. Look at how it's nice and golden on the top. And it's cooked throughout. So let's set it aside and let's get a piece out and see how it looks. And it's soft enough where I don't even need a knife. I just take a spoon and out it comes. And you can see at the bottom of that pan there is no milk at the bottom. So a half an hour in the oven has helped it been absorbed and cooked. And there is our baked tuna melt. That looks really good. And like I said, it tastes just like my memories, with the exception of it didn't have a can of cream and mushroom soup in. Maybe that's for next time. Hey, another great recipe. I hope you'll give it a try. Leave me a comment below, one way or the other. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell because that'll tell you the next time I upload a video. Feel free to share this and any of my other videos. And thanks for stopping by and watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.